there we are. Mm-hmm. We're here. We're back. It's Bill. It's Chris. It's outside the cinema. It's a balmy 80-something degrees already.
Yeah.
But not as bad as our friends in the UK, apparently.
No?
Apparently, they've been having the hottest summer on record or something.
Oh.
So, science.
Okay. Yeah.
God's not mad at you. It's just hot because we're ruining the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, nothing you can do about that, I guess. Since,
No.
Nobody's come up with any ideas.
No. This week on the show, garbage. But is it enjoyable garbage? That remains to be seen.
Yeah.
We have Brain Twisters, a science fiction chiller.
Okay.
And we have Charles Bronson's The Evil That Men Do, from the director of the all-time OTC classic 10 to Midnight. He's also directed a bunch. He's a director that's actually a well-known commodity director who's done a bunch of great stuff, but 10 to Midnight is our thing with him. So
yeah,
created the greatest song ever. The song that Scott made.
Oh.
I'm sure he'll play it in his segment next week. But the he's pounding on the shower and shit.
Yeah, the knife.
My knife is a cock.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Call me Knifey Cock. Patreon. Yeah. I think we've got through all the picks. If you sent picks and I missed them, please get back to me again and let me know. Because I definitely went through and checked everything. There were some people that suggested a whole bunch of movies, and we pulled a few movies from them. But wanted to give others the opportunity just in case. But yeah, patreon.com/outside the cinema. That is how you support this show. It's how you keep independent podcasting alive. You pay us money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But or all of that money
over with a smile.
Yeah, but all of that money just goes back into keeping the show alive. Pays for hosting, pays for equipment, pays for software, everything we need to keep the show alive. So patreon.com/outside the cinema. We love our Patreon supporters. We love the garbage you send us last week. Jesus Christ. What was last week? It was 2 different types of sleaze from, was it Matt? I think it was Matt that was the Vice Squad and Rewind.
Yeah. Oh my God. It would have taken me forever to get those. Yeah.
Only reason I remember is because I have your text messages in front of me and I just scroll down to what I sent. It's the only reason I remember, because I will never remember the name. Vice Squad I like, but Rewind is not something that's going to stick with me.
Yeah.
But this week hopefully will be a little better. These are films that I chose. So, what's going on with you? What do you got? You got anything to plug?
No. I got the Channel 27 on what's it called, Etsy, in the Spectopia, and I'm just working. I'm doing my job, getting fighting the heat and humidity that accumulates in the booth, and it's just. Yeah, this week I'm kind of already, because this week is going to be 90 overnight and 110 during the day. So I'm really looking forward to convincing a projector to start up when it says, no, the numbers aren't right.
That's going to be almost as fun as me convincing Travis to play baseball in 103 degree weather.
Oh, yeah. Hey, at least you're not, UFC fighting in swamp weather.
I mean, yeah.
I had no idea that actually occurred. It happened. I am so happy that I've disconnected from most social media that I found somebody that did a thing on YouTube about it. And I'm like, oh, shit, that did happen.
It did happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was, and I bring it up because how fucking trashy. And also, there was one guy that did a weigh-in. And I am not going to give him the respect of learning his name or anything. I'm just going to call him Drooly Vomit Boy. And during his weigh-in, he was drooling on himself. He was not sober. It was, I'm so happy to beat the White House. Come on. That's the best you guys can do. Great.
I guess so.
Great. America, 250. That's, how many IQ points we need to get to 10, because that's how far below we are. Fucking, oh my God. Oh my God. It's really helped. And it's just as advice to other people. It really helped to not follow through on Instagram to the thread stories where they give you just enough of a title for you to be like, oh, this could be really good. And then it's not. It's never good.
Yeah.
Don't go to threads. Like Instagram, if you can curate that perfectly for yourself, great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facebook, I haven't engaged in Facebook. Like I have stuff that cross posts, but I haven't responded to or specifically gone on Facebook in probably 6 months.
Yeah. No, I'm the same.
My brain is better for it. I mean, I'll know when it's time for me to grab my baseball bat with barbed wire and my megaphone and ride down to DC. I'll know. People will tell me. People will tell me. It's like I don't have to watch the news because I know you and Frank and a bunch of people I work with and a bunch of people I know from other places going to tell me when that motherfucker drops dead and probably send video. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. But yeah, that's what I got going on. I'm trying to ignore the real world and keep teaching science to children.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Okay, then. Well, let's get into like the actual show.
Sure.
What do you have a preference on one of these to start with, or?
Yeah, let's do the one I don't remember as well. The sci-fi thriller one.
Oh yeah, well, there's a reason why you don't remember it. Also, I have to say, since we were away all weekend, I watched both of these films last Tuesday.
Oh wow! Okay.
So be prepared to try to do some heavy lifting for me.
Oh, I'll make some jokes.
Yeah. No trailer for Brain Twisters on IMDb. Let's go to YouTube and see if there's a trailer there for it. Where is it?
Even YouTube? No, not that one. I'm not.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. But it's worth taking a look.
Yeah.
That's not it.
Nah, there won't be any. I can't even.
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's
there was what was it? Some small studio remastered it somehow with using I don't know.
Brain Twisters, Brain Scan, Twisters. No, nothing. No trailer.
Wow.
No trailer. That's fine.
Wow.
I'm fine with that. Brain Twisters, 1991. Written and directed by Jerry Sanguiliano. Brain Twisters is what he's known for. He's got a couple other things here, but nothing that even has a picture. So, starring Farrah Fork.
Yep.
Terry Laundrie. Londeree. Londeree. Joe Lombardo. Donna Bostony. Yeah, you don't know who any of these people are.
Right. And Joe Walk Through Kitchen.
Joe Walk Through Kitchen.
Yep.
Yes. IMDb calls this a conspiracy thriller, a drama, a horror, and a sci-fi film. Employees of a software company discover a conspiracy to use the genres. Sorry, I definitely read that wrong. Employees of a software company discover a conspiracy to use the games made by the company to control the thoughts of its customers.
Yeah, I got a question right off the bat. What game?
Flashing lights.
Oh, that was it, right? It wasn't a game. It was just pixelated bullshit.
Yeah.
I didn't miss anything is what I'm saying.
No, and when I looked at the IMDb reviews, the very first review said, I had no idea that a Commodore 64 could be used to create killers.
I mean, they've never tried to, have a group of 4 friends all trying to beat each other in Junior Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Jr.? Donkey Kong Jr. Sorry, I got dyslexia for video game titles.
It's fair. So we have the doctor, Dr. Philip Rothman. He's doing these mind control experiments. He's a doctor, but he's also a professor at a university. He's doing these mind control experiments on students, which essentially, when they see a certain flash of light or something, it does something in their brain and it makes them go crazy and murderous.
Yeah. It's like a psychopathic seizure.
Yeah. right out of the gate, man, this film just stumbles upon itself because it is just so slow paced.
Yeah.
That they don't like. There's no tension. There's no drive. There's no like. All the characters are just like stereotypes and like.
Yeah.
We bring in the detective, who's supposed to be the badass, take no shit detective, but he takes a lot of shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, and it's not even a mystery who's like responsible for what, and what year was this again? 81?
No. It was 91.
Yeah. Was it made in 1976?
I don't think
and then
so.
Released in 91? Because, like, we'd seen shit like Tron and the Bishop of Battle from that other one. And, like, there have been movies where, like, you affect somebody's brain, like Brain Scan, and Dreamscape. And what? You think no? They think they can get away with flashing a bunch of different colored cubes in front of people hooked up to wires.
The first thing I'll mention is how nonsensical the whole thing is. So there's some shady software company that wants to pull the funding from the testing.
Yeah, but what are they testing for? Did they tell you?
Yeah, well, that was the next thing I was going to make. But we're never really explicitly told what the testing, the reasoning, or what the end game, or any of that stuff.
I think since it was like, early 90s, we're supposed to assume that whatever technology he's going to develop is going to be used as a weapon. I mean, that's how these all go, right?
But
even real genius.
Right, yeah. But the thing that I found infuriating, maybe is the word, is that they don't explain whether the outcome of whatever the experiment is causing these people to become mindless, murderous, like not zombies, but like they are almost like sleeper agents where like a certain like flash turns them into a murderer. If that was what the outcome was supposed to be, or if the tests were going wrong and the whole thing was supposed to be something else, because the doctor guy is doing the tests on himself also.
Yeah.
But they want to pull the funding. But then later in the film, we find that the software company's like behind the whole thing. So why did they want to pull the funding early in the movie? But then they were like, oh no, we have to cover this up because this is what, we got what we wanted, I guess.
I'm going to guess because they didn't have any continuity people. And they got to the edit and they all finished film and everything. And they're like, oh, shit, we're stuck.
And the idea that they're experimenting using video games doesn't make any sense because he loads them into this like pod-like thing. And it's not like they play a video game. There's just all these,
that's what I was expecting.
Yeah, there's all these crazy like lights and shit and like like those things that are supposed to like those like the heads like I don't know if they're VR headsets or whatever, but like that are supposed to like you give like certain flashes of light and it's supposed to make like a psychotropic like trippy like it's supposed to make like it's like the lights like fool your brain into like thinking it's high or something like that.
Yeah. I don't believe that works, but I don't
know, but like that's what this seems like. But they keep talking about like the video games and stuff. But I'm like, there's no video games. It's like there's a point where somebody's sitting and playing a video game, and those like lights click and make them murder.
This is a really lazy Halloween 3, is what it feels like.
I mean, that's giving it too much credit.
I know, but it's almost the same idea. We're going to use a video signal to turn people into killers. In one instance, it's the masks, but in the other, it's all the Winter Soldiers they got lined up over there. But they're not even reliable. Like, you have to activate them while the person's, like, right there with them, but girl boners can overpower it. I'm not entirely sure of the rules of what's going on here.
Well, yeah, there are no rules. And it's also bloodless and tensionless, and the score is horribly annoying.
Yeah, and
This
we have
high-pitched
we have
synth
a
score.
we got to knock off Steve Carell in the lead role too.
Yeah. It's yeah, it's just like I'm trying to remember one of the murder scenes and I can't.
They all were very fast. Weren't
Fast and bloodless.
they? Yeah.
Did
More
somebody
for
get
the
stabbed with
shock
scissors?
value of it.
Did somebody get stabbed with scissors at a party?
Yeah. I remember scissors on a party. So, there you go.
Yeah. So like one of the guys kills somebody and then dies, and so yeah.
I mean, we really did watch this.
They took the body. The professor had like a court order to take the body, and he's got the head in a jar in the refrigerator.
Yeah. That was the goriest thing, kind of out of nowhere on that one.
And it's very very matter of factly, just like, oh, it's in here. And I saw a review that said that it looked like Beaker from the Muppets, and it definitely does.
Oh yeah.
They open the door and it looks like Beaker's head in a jar.
Yeah. Meep, motherfucker.
Yeah, there's the club scene where the kids are dancing around, or the party scene, and
Yeah. It's just a bunch of scenes, really, isn't it? Like, it's almost like an anthology. And the connective tissue is this doctor. Because everybody goes out and has their own little adventures and shit, don't they?
Yeah, and there's this really weird scene where her husband is the guy that gets killed or whatever. And then the detective immediately puts the moves on her. He invites himself over to her house to make her dinner, and then yells at her for not having garlic.
Okay, yeah. This part I remembered. I had some strong thoughts at this point here. There was a time when Italian men, and I'm not bashing on Italian, this is in entertainment, where Italian men in entertainment were offended by anybody eating anything that they didn't make that's made out of pasta.
Right.
And I thought about this for a little while, and I'm like, it's not hard to fuck up pasta. I mean, it's not easy to fuck up pasta. It's hard to, I was going to say both things, and
I knew what you meant, though.
I mashed them together. But they treat it like you're using the Shroud of Turin to wipe your pits and your crotch, before you go for another dip in the pool or whatever. And first, that thing's fake. But whatever. It's like, dude, that's your identity, is I can boil water and put noodles in it. And to put garlic and oregano and other stuff in this. Good for you. Everybody knows how to do that. And nothing against families with seriously like 200-year-old family recipes and stuff going on.
Right.
But the way they're portrayed in entertainment is like almost like insulting. It's like, dude, that is the most basic Italian dish you can make right there.
Yeah. The best part of the whole scene, though, is when he yells at her for not having garlic, and then he pulls a bag of garlic out of his pocket.
Yeah. I came prepared.
He's like, don't worry, I came prepared.
Yeah. Okay. So Venkman brings, sedatives to his dates. You bring garlic. Weird. Still weird.
And I mean, there's no chemistry between, because he's like a 40-something-year-old cop, and she's like supposed to be like a 20-year-old college student. So like, it's just like this weird, like they don't match up. They don't even look like, he looks like he could be your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. This is a really awkward scene where the two of them make out, and it looks like neither of them have ever kissed someone before.
They definitely didn't want to kiss each other.
Yeah, and then she gets into a trance and holds a knife, and but then comes out of the trance, and that's when they start making out, right? Like she
yeah.
Dude, this movie like is so puzzling. It is a brain twister unto itself.
Well, yeah, but it's not questions about the movie. It's questions about how it got made. Like, why did you choose that? Why? What's going on? That's a big question with this movie. Why is any of this happening?
Yeah.
And does it need to happen?
Yeah, and there's just like, whatever. I don't care anymore.
Okay.
All right, Chris. Brain Twisters. Do you recommend, and what is your grade?
No, I am not going to recommend it. No, I watched it yesterday, and honestly, the cooking scene was like the most memorable part of the whole movie, because what they set up in the description and they lead us into is not what's delivered, and it takes a long time to get to his contraption that they really don't explain or show or anything. It's just a screen. They flash a purple square. It's the laziest Clockwork Orange treatment. So it's just this is a D. I got nothing.
Yeah,
there's not much with this one.
I'm right there with you. Every now and then we'll come across a movie that just doesn't offer anything, and this is one of those movies that doesn't offer anything. There's no characters. There's no so I can't recommend it either. Really, any way, shape, or form. All of the performances are wooden. Everything is just forgettable. There's no blood. It moves at a snail's pace. It's not shot well. The friggin' score is frustratingly annoying. And then it just ends. Yeah. So
it really did just like I had to make sure I didn't hit the button.
Right.
and like exit out. Like, okay, wow.
Well, because they do like this thing at the very end of it where a kid's playing a video game, and that's where the video game thing comes from. And the mother's like, "Come on down for dinner," and he's like, "I'm going to kill you."
Yeah.
Like, and then it just ends. Like, okay, cool.
Right,
no, it sucks.
Pretty sure the mom
D minus even. It's just not good.
I'm pretty sure the mom could overpower the kid, though. He's not supernatural or anything. He
just has the power of
just a kid.
Yeah, power of Commodore 64.
Man, so
Speaking of Commodore 64,
he's good for 1 minute and 4 seconds. Then,
all right. Next up, getting you back into our Charles Bronson side. It's been a while since we covered one of his films. 1984's The Evil That Men Do. This I do have a trailer for.
When the system of justice doesn't work, Bronson does. When the courts can't do what they must, Bronson will. Bronson fighting all the evil that men do.
Torture as a political instrument has become a subtle and sophisticated specialty.
When the most savage murderer cannot be caught or stopped, there is only one man to turn to.
You don't seem like the kind of man that would commission somebody's death.
I'm not, but the doctor stands outside the moral laws of civilized people.
His kidneys and spleen were crushed. His teeth were completely broken.
When evil becomes above the law, the only law left belongs to Bronson.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to rattle his cage.
In the execution of justice, there is no executioner like him.
Go towards him! Towards him!
In the name of revenge, there is just one name. Bronson, fighting all the evil that men do.
Charles Bronson in The Evil That Men Do. First and foremost, this film has a plot, it has engaging characters, and it begins, has a middle, and has an ending.
Yeah, so it's better already.
Starring Charles Bronson as Holland, Teresa Saldana, Joseph Mayer, who's been in a ton of stuff. You'll recognize him. Jose Ferra, who you'll also recognize. Renee Enriquez, John Glover, Raymond St. James, and Antoinette Brower. This is directed by J. Lee Thompson, very well-known director. Did the Guns of Navarone, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, the original Cape Fear, and then he did a run in the 80s where he did a bunch of films with Charles Bronson. He started, so let me just kind of make sure I get them all in here. So, okay. So if you go back to the beginning of his career, he worked a lot on like mystery movies, Murder Without Crime, As Long as They're Happy, stuff like that. And then he did some more well-known films, Guns of Navarone, Cape Fear. And then at this point in 1980, up here, make sure I get the right date. In 1981, he did one of our favorites, Happy Birthday to Me.
Oh, okay.
Which is one of those like fringe slasher movies that just for whatever reason works really, really well.
Yeah.
But then in 1983, he directed 10 to Midnight with Charles Bronson, which started a run of him doing the films with Bronson. He did this film, Evil That Men Do, in 84. He then also went on to do King Solomon's Mines, obviously doesn't have Bronson in it, but he also did Firewalker and Murphy's Law. And then he did Death Wish 4. And he did Messenger of Death, and he did Kinjite, Forbidden Subjects. All of those had Charles Bronson in them. So as a director who did some like very well-known, big, like, so Guns of Navarone's a big film, big studio picture. Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, same thing. He then kind of found this niche for culty action movies in the second half of his career, which is really interesting. And we love 10 to Midnight here because it's got this weird exploitation sleaze, but also done in like a very Hollywood sort of way. And Charles Bronson, regardless of what you think of him, like the guy, your eyes go to him. Like he is a presence on screen. So this film, The Evil That Men Do, is almost kind of like a weird spiritual sequel to 10 to Midnight. Not quite as grimy, not quite as sleazy. But in that world of like, your Death Wish movies or any of those.
Yeah.
And Bronson plays the same character he always plays. This time his name is Holland. He is a retired assassin who is brought out of retirement because one of his friends has been killed by the sadistic doctor torturer, I think is what they called him. And he's this doctor named Moloch, played by Joseph Mayer, who, as we said, has been in a million things. He's IQ, Sister Act, My Stepmother's an Alien. The guy's been in a million things. Funny Farm, like
you recognize him, but you're like, what have I seen him?
He's that guy.
Yep.
So he plays this doctor that's working for like some foreign dictatorship, teaching ways of torture and like all these different things. So Bronson is brought in by Ortiz. He's like, hey, listen, we'll pay, we'll pay you good money. We need to take this guy out. Once he disappears again, we may never find him, blah, 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 blah. So he works with the wife of the man, of the friend that was murdered, to find this guy. And you get your, I want to say standard, but I feel like standard's not actually doing it justice. But like, you get your points where he flies to wherever it was supposed to be, somewhere in South America or Venezuela or somewhere. And, works his way in, learns the things. Then we see him, taking out the people he needs to take out to get to the person he needs to get to. And he kidnaps the sister, and he knows that the sister of the doctor is the guy that is the link that's going to get him to come out. And you learn more about what the doctor has done to people and all these people he's tortured and disfigured and all of these things. And it plays itself out in this, I hate to say standard, but like it plays itself out like you would expect it to. But it adds a little bit more than like kind of your standard action movie, I feel.
Yeah, this is absolutely a by the numbers revenge plot. But they throw a little bit in here and there, and it's in a different place, and the revenge is for a different reason, and I can get behind the reason, so let's go.
Yeah,
that's it. All people wanted with Bronson was just something to cheer at. Hey, the bad guys are getting it. Fuck them.
And the one thing I will say that with Bronson, is that all of his films will at least touch on some more serious themes. You know, the Death Wish movies, you know, the vigilante justice speaks to the fact that the everyday person can't protect themselves. This,
Yeah, but there was also the fear mongering about crime in the 80s, which led to that as well.
Yep. And this is a political
Take back
thing.
the night. Yeah.
A political thing where it's talking about how dictators and dictatorships in other countries don't respect life.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you like 1980s Charles Bronson grindhouse action fare, this movie's falling right into that. You know, it's very typical of that style. It's more hard-edged than some of your standard. I don't remember exactly what action movies would have been around this time, but like it's more hard-edged than like your
91 would have been around.
Well, no, not 91.
Stardust. Oh, no. Yeah, no.
80,
sorry, I was thinking Steven Seagal.
84.
84. So we were before Van Damme. So it was
some sword and sandal stuff. Yeah, like we had like probably like Conan.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Some
Indiana
of the early
Jones. Yeah.
early Chuck Norris stuff. Maybe some early early Stallone. But this is definitely more like a First Blood as opposed to a Rambo 2. Does that make sense?
That's true. Yeah, and partly because I think Bronson, and I see sometimes where it's almost like he's too tired to do the acting. And he kind of mumbles his way through stuff. But here he was alert and articulate and very focused in. And I'm not saying that may be the character that he's told to play. I don't know, but here felt different. Felt better. He felt more together and responsible than just a guy who's like, oh, there's crime on my street. I'm gonna go buy guns. He felt like a capable former assassin, I guess is what we're doing. So, yeah, he came off really well in this. Because in the vigilante ones, it's like, yeah, you're doing a good job, but like, you know, the Punisher, right? There you go. Okay, we'll cheer for you, but quietly. Go Luigi. So, yeah. So that's what. Yeah, Bronson surprised me in this one. I thought it was going to be another, just not haphazard, but like one thing after another, where it's like he finally works his way up to the top guy, but not through determination or a plan. Just like he got his attention, but no, it was both this time, and I was okay with that. That was good.
What was that? I just had a good point, then I lost it.
Sorry.
This comes at the tail end of those, like, there was a lot of films from this time period that were like post World War II, post Vietnam, like manhunt type films.
Yeah. And this definitely has a nice Nazi influence to it.
It's definitely got the feel, even though it's supposed to be like an El Salvador or something like that.
Yeah, but like Mengele could have fled. And that I mean, it's exactly what this guy's doing is like, well, what can these people take? Let's find out.
Yeah. And it's funny too to watch Bronson now, because I was kind of like, what is the like equivalent to a Charles Bronson?
You mean as an actor?
Like
right?
in this day and age, like I was kind of like, oh, Charles Bronson couldn't be a thing now. But then I was like, oh, but you have Liam Neeson, who's become a heavy action star late in his career, and then Bob Odenkirk made those Mr. Nobody movies.
That's true.
So this shit does still work. Because I see a lot of people that are like, oh, Bronson was so old, you know, you can never do that today. But like I thought about it, and I'm like, that Mr. Nobody immediately came to mind because Bob Odenkirk never did any action movies until the last couple of years.
Yeah. And
he's
forget,
good.
Charles Bronson, before Death Wish and all that, was like a chiseled, handsome actor as well.
Yeah, he did a lot of westerns.
Yeah. So it's like Kurt Russell doing Bone Tomahawk. You know?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, you go back to Bronson's early career, and it was like Magnificent Seven, like Great Escape, Once Upon a Time in the West. And then I think Death Wish, if I'm not mistaken, 73, 74,
Sure.
somewhere in there. And then he kind of, he locked in. He knew what to do. And it did well, and the films were cheap. He probably got paid good for them. And, they kept going, whether it's you're looking at the late, even the late, what was the last Death Wish? Was it Death Wish 5?
I have
Let me look.
idea. Yeah. Wow, he was born in 1921.
Oh, yeah. All right, so Death Wish, The Face of Death, 1994 was the last one that he did, which I don't know if we've done. I would be down to cover this.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if we've done it. I'll have to look. I feel like
Oh, wait, I know who can fill Bronson's role, both actor-wise and looks-wise.
okay.
Miss Pedro Pascal. He could do a Death Wish, no problem.
He could.
Yeah.
Because who was in the Death Wish remake? Was it Bruce Willis?
Ah, shit, no, I'm thinking Equalizer. I don't remember.
I think it was Bruce Willis. And it was fine.
2018. Yeah, Bruce Willis.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, so I mean, Bronson goes all the way back to the early 60s, even maybe late 50s. Looked like he was in an episode of something in Fireside Theater in 1949.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You're in the Navy now, 1951, uncredited. People Against O'Hara, 1951, 51, 52. So, I mean, he worked his way up. I love Bronson. I mean, I love him. And he's one of those guys I'll watch. If Bronson's in it, I'll watch pretty much anything. And this one, I had never seen it before. And I have to say, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, there was more to it than I was expecting.
Yeah.
And our main bad guy, Moloch, he was a disgusting, despicable person. He basically, if you could cartoonify and caricature sociopathic behavior and then multiply that twice, that's him. He's like Brainiac searching for information, no regard to anything. He's so indifferent to humans. He's like a fucking cosmic nightmare. He just doesn't care.
Yeah. And we also have to mention, I meant to mention it earlier when I was running down, but Jose Ferrer, who's in this, he's an Academy Award winning actor. He won Academy Award for playing Cyrano in Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yeah.
First, let me make sure I get this right because I feel like I don't want to screw this up. Yes, first Puerto Rican actor to win an Academy Award.
Okay.
Yep. Also first Hispanic actor to ever win an Academy Award. So like, there was good people in this movie. They knew what they were doing with it. He was also in Dune.
He was the Emperor, wasn't
Emperor,
he?
Yeah.
Him and Christopher Walken.
Kane Mutiny, yeah. So, I mean, I have no problem with somebody taking a gig for a paycheck later in their career, for sure. But
Also,
I like when it's something like this, where it actually is a decent product.
Maybe they like the role. I mean, some actors, they just love that the character's, has a kooky part. Or has one of the best lines or whatever, and they do it for weird reasons. That's probably a way I would pick scripts.
I mean, also maybe he's friends with the director. He's friends with Charles Bronson. Like, I can do a movie, I can get paid, I can work with some of my friends.
Yeah.
Either way. All right, let's grade The Evil That Men Do. Evil That Men Do, Chris. Do you recommend, and what is your grade?
Yeah, I'll recommend it. It's good, but it's very dated, and it looks old. Not Bronson, specifically. Like the whole film is set in the year that it was filmed, so it's very of that era, and stuff is like gone. None of that stuff's here anymore, even the actors. So it's a little out of touch, but still you can equate it to things happening today, which is disgusting. So
yeah.
I'm gonna, because it makes me upset. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna go with a B. just a straight B and a recommend. I thought I would lose interest in it by the halfway point, and I didn't. And that's a plus for them. So good job.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. I'm going to recommend it also. Not quite as enjoyable for me as 10 to Midnight, but it's definitely in that world. It's a little less sleazy than that. But I do have to say that, like, J. Lee Thompson, I mean, I would like to go back and cover a couple of the other ones that he did with Bronson, the lesser known ones, like, make sure I get it right. Messenger of Death, which I don't think we've ever covered.
Okay.
Murphy's Law, I don't think we've ever covered. Just a couple.
It's all things I've heard the titles of.
Yeah. Kinjite, I think could be cool, but like, I enjoyed this. It never slowed down. It had good pacing. Yeah, it looks dated because it's a cheap 1984 movie, and like, I kind of feel like I want that to kind of look shitty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not so bad that I can't see what's going on, but like, I don't mind the film grain, and I don't mind the the kind of the hollowness of some of the shots, and the the audio's not great, and like that's like for that type of movie that works really well, and actually makes me enjoy it more because it feels legit.
Yeah, I don't want there to be confusion when I said it was like set in the time. I mean, like not how it looks to us, but how like the sets are.
Yeah,
it's not trying to be anything else. Because you bring up a very good point there too, and it kind of contradicted what I said if it was the other thing.
Oh, okay.
I just making sure I'm not like agreeing to what you're saying after I seemingly said the opposite.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, it's the score works for it. It's not annoying like the other movie. It's like it's there. It needs to, we get a lot of good explosions. We get a lot of good gunfights. Good car chase at one point.
The first murder too. The first Bronson act was out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and such an interesting setup for such a tough guy.
Yeah,
and that's all I'm going to say. That's worth watching just to watch him get the first guy.
It's good stuff for what it is. Like you want a grindhousey crap action movie, and I say all of those things with the most love I can. This is great. The Evil the Men Do is a high recommend from me. Bronson at his best. Like Bronson out Bronsoning himself.
Yeah.
And he does this thing in this movie, which I didn't realize how much I was enjoying it. Whereas, like, there's obviously some chemistry between him and the woman, but at no point does he ever like put the moves on her or like try to bed her, because she's the wife of his friend that died, but there's obviously some chemistry there. And her being torn because, how do you live with yourself because you kill people for money? And he's like, but I kill people that should die. Like,
yeah. It was interesting when he said, I don't think of it the same way you do.
Yeah.
Well, okay. That's not an answer, but an answer at the same time. Yeah.
I'm going to give it a B, borderline B plus, because I really did enjoy this. And I watched it after I watched Brain Twisters, which sucked so bad that it made me enjoy this one even more. So, Evil That Men Do, that's available to watch in the U.S. on Tubi, Pluto, Plex, Prime Video, all those places. So if you're outside of the U.S., I'm sure you've got it available a couple places to check out too, or fire up that VPN.
Yeah.
Trying to work on a deal for us to be able to promote a VPN.
We could do that.
I would love to do that. So anyway, cool. That's the movies for this week. Joe is off this week. He's on assignment. I don't know where he is, but he's looking for, he told me, he goes, I don't have a segment this week. He's like, but I'm really looking forward to getting into the police story movie. So he'll start those next week, which will bring us quick show this week. Wow. I didn't realize we didn't get anything out of Brain Twisters.
No.
So we're just going to go right to Scott. Okay. I think he's doing Toy Story this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Welcome back to Holy Shit, my own little take on the movie review scene.
Heavily influenced by what, Chris?
Steaming pile of garbage.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. With Reverend Scott.
Inflatable sex doll?
I am a pimp. Yep.
Hey there, Bill and Chris. This is Reverend Scott, doing what I do best.
Either comes in to save the day or comes in to clean up the mess.
And today's mess is brought to you by Pixar.
Hooray.
But if you're really good, I might just redirect my reviewing prowess to something completely different. But only if you're really good, and listen to me briefly tell you a little bit about Toy Story 5, which of course my daughter wanted to go watch and asked me to take her to see it, and I responded with,
Fine, if you like that, but I don't want to see that. It does not look appealing.
Yeah, it's not something I want to watch.
because this time they've gone woke and made the woman toy the star.
He's just a gross dude.
Actually, it kind of makes sense. If you suffer through Toy Story 4, you'll know that Woody isn't at the same house as Jessie, and she's with that little girl Bonnie. And now Jessie, as well as the other toys all across the world, are dealing with a new evil, something truly despicable, because now children have screens, tablet devices, and chat rooms, and rudimentary social media. And as we all know, using screens results in children
Having literally the best time anybody has ever had anywhere to do anything.
And Jessie and the rest of the crew hate that. Although when Jessie meets a quasi-device toy meant for helping with potty training, voiced by Conan O'Brien, along with this GPS toy that looks like a hippo and this digital camera toy, she learns that maybe times are changing and maybe she needs to be a little bit more open-minded about what kids are playing with. Of course, that doesn't stop them from making Bonnie's leapfrog-type tablet thing into the bad guy.
And now it all makes sense, right? Like, it makes sense.
No, it does.
This has some fun situations. A whole tanker container full of newer Buzz Lightyear toys join the mix, and the crew learns some valuable lessons while trying to help Bonnie get a new friend. But here's the thing. Toy Story 5 directly attacks children for using tablets or anything with screens in general, so that kind of pisses me off because I let my kid do that. But then it also manages to teach a lesson about how screens aren't all bad and both toys and screens can coexist in your child's life.
It both won me over and alienated me at the same time.
It's not among the best of the series like the original trilogy of Toy Story films, but it's certainly much better than Part 4 was. So if you got a kiddo the right age for this, it's worth a watch. Bill, you and Chris just don't have kids that age anymore, but maybe you could go see it together.
You know, I got to do my prostituting, and I'll be by to get you later.
Thanks. Bye.
That's good teamwork, guys. So I give Toy Story 5 a straight B. So since you've both been good, we can move on to something I just finished watching that I'm dying to talk about. It's called Widow's Bay.
Ooh,
You see,
I'm halfway
there's
through it.
something that's been painfully clear lately. Streaming services have been throwing money all over the place trying to make movies that will draw in people to subscribe. And the result of all that money isn't exactly great.
And that made me think, am I out of touch? No, it's the streaming services that are making shitty movies.
Yeah.
But there's something else that they've been putting money into. Streaming original series. One of those such series is Widow's Bay on Apple TV. It was created by Katie Dippold, the same lady behind Parks and Recreations. It stars Matthew Rice, who starred in a few hit series like The Americans. This time he plays Tom Loftus, the timid mayor of Widow's Bay. This is a small, fisherman town. It used to be a big whaling town, and it has that small town feel. It has that kind of classic horror look to it as well. They even do a different aspect ratio for the show. On top of that, Widow's Bay is also an island. The island that many inhabitants seem to think is cursed, especially Milton from Office Space, aka Stephen Root, aka Wick. He's old enough to have seen some shit, and he says
He's
the
also
recent
Lynn Boyle.
fog that's rolled in has caused one of the old fishermen to disappear, and it's a sign that the island has awakened. On top of that, there's mysterious bells ringing that no one seems to have actually rung themselves, and any number of other ghost stories the locals tell each other at night in the bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm on board for that.
Of course, Tom the mayor, he ain't buying any of that shit. He's a single dad after his wife passed away during birthing his now teenage son, Evan. Evan, I mean, he's a good kid, but he's also restless and out there staying out too late and sneaking out and smoking pot and doing whatever he can on this small island. I mean, he's never even got to leave the island once. And then Tom also has a cast of characters at his mayoral office, like Patricia, his main assistant that is well-meaning but kind of a weird scatterbrain. And her main claim to fame is that when she was younger, the local serial killer, the Boogeyman, tried to kill her and she survived the attack. Of course, none of her ex-classmates even believe that she's telling the truth. Then there's the grizzled Rosemary, who is always poking her nose in everyone's business and smoking a lot and seems to know a lot about this town because she's pretty old. And Tom's elderly secretary, Ruth, who never seems to be at her desk and always is going home to take naps. And at first you think, what's the big deal? Widow's Bay is quaint, and with the exception of there being like zero cell reception, it seems like a pretty cool town.
That's not a bad place to be.
I guess not. Not.
But things start to go downhill quickly for Tom. Tom, much like the mayor in Jaws, wants to get tourists into this town to get some money flowing through the businesses. He's even called the New York Times out there to do an article on the town. He wants Widow's Bay to be the next Martha's Vineyard. He wants everyone to see the island just like he sees it.
It sounds cheesy, but it's been something special for us here to just see that and see people coming and just enjoying themselves so much.
He's also supporting the renovation of the local inn, even though every single person around the town seems to be terrified of the building after many people have died there from many different weirdo killers like psycho clowns and all kinds of shit. The drunk bar patrons basically call Tom a chicken if he doesn't stay the night there himself and go to all of the ghost hotspots in that building while he's there. And he has to videotape it. And for some reason, he agrees.
But then things get weird.
I won't spoil what happens that night, but Tom is eventually left screaming, and just when he's convinced that it's all a dream, he finds out things were even worse than he expected. And that's only what's going on up until episode 2. Hell, at this point, Tom was still delusional enough to think,
yeah, that wasn't so bad.
But that's before he gets scratched by the sea hag that will chase you down until you succumb to her poison and then she smothers you with her ass.
Like, what the fuck?
Or when Patricia has a very special party, following directions in a self-help book she found, wanting it to be the most notorious party the island has ever seen, only for it to not exactly be the kind of notorious that she was expecting. Of course, she invited people she actually wanted to be there, but she also invited the people that seemed to hate her so she could kind of prove them wrong. And they're definitely the kind of people you love to hate.
Some of them are just straight up trash.
There's a whole episode involving these special magic mushrooms that only grow in Widow's Bay Island that leave you on a 12-hour acid trip of truth like you've never experienced before.
Neon slime.
Or maybe you're curious how this whole island curse thing started in the first place.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Well, there's a whole episode that takes place in the 1700s showing the true origin of the creepy
That's the episode
curse
I
of
just
Widow's Bay. Or an episode that feels like it's something from Night of the Living Dead or a vampire film with Hamish Linklater, the same man that starred in another of one of my favorite shows ever, Midnight Mass. There's masked killers, killer storms, tornadoes, myths of ancient monsters, and it's all through the eyes of quirky characters you grow to love. And despite all these episodes tackling seemingly totally different genres of horror, the show somehow manages to make them all fit within the framework of this cursed town, all while maintaining this perfect level of satirical dark humor throughout the entire show. It's this incredible balance of creepy, mysterious, and funny that almost no other show I've seen has ever managed to accomplish from start to finish.
Like, no, that's not how it works.
Mind you, this is the same woman that created that awful 2016 Ghostbusters film, and I'm starting to wonder how good that movie could have been had Katie been able to go about making it without Paul Feig injecting his unfunny ideas into the mix. I can't even imagine the train wreck of things that would have probably ended up happening to Widow's Bay had he been involved.
Let's perform incest.
Yeah. I know when I do the incest thing, I like proper grammar as well.
Good example, guys. So anyway, Widow's Bay is officially one of my favorite shows ever now. They ended it in a satisfying conclusion, but at the same time, there's revelations at the end of the season that may send the show in new directions in future seasons. But I suppose that's by design, so there's room to grow the show, or just end it there if somehow they never got a second season.
Maybe. Could have been.
Yeah.
I implore you to watch Widow's Bay. If you love comedy, horror, mysteries, and all the many different classic movies and shows that this was inspired by, then you'll blast right through this. Most of the episodes are a quick 35 or so minutes. It never outstays its welcome, and it always feels like everything you're seeing has a purpose, not just to waste your time. So with all that said, I give Widow's Bay a straight A. Okay, wow, you got like 2 movie reviews this time. You're so lucky. But then again, I got 2 reviews from you last week too. Like Rewind, a film that left both of you in such a state of confusion that you couldn't decide what you thought of the film in any decisive way.
I don't recommend this, and I'm going to give it an F. I hated this thing. It's not interesting at all.
Yeah, no, not recommending it. And as far as a grade, I mean, you know what? I think I'm going to fail it too.
I guess we'll never know what you guys really thought about Rewind. And I thought Bill would at least come back later and kind of give us better insight on his thoughts.
Every now and then, you know what? It's a good review to have us really hate something.
I don't know. It just seems like an A film to me. And the review, I guess that gets a solid A. And to the guy that suggested this film, kudos to you, sir. I forget his name. What did you call him again?
I believe they're called the Jizz Mopper.
Yep, the Jizz Mopper.
Kudos, Jizz Mopper. And then there was Vice Squad, a.k.a.
I hope you like drums.
I do.
Some of the best Wings Hauser has to offer for the world. There was a lot of memorable sounding scenes you guys seem to want to spend a lot of time talking about.
There's a lot of crotch sucking, but like through the underwear and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Okay, that's enough of that. So I give Vice Squad an A-, and the review gets a B+. All right, that's it for me this week. So until the next time your toys come alive to combat screen devices in a small town on a cursed island you're the mayor of, peace and love, guys. Holy shit with Reverend Scott. By this point, I'm like an honorary member of Boston.
I fucking hate that guy, but you're not putting your fucking hands on him. Yeah.
there you go. There you go. That's another episode Outside the Cinema in the books. Thanks for coming, everybody. Follow Chris and I on social media at Cthulhu, at OTC Bill. You can get to all of our things through there. If you'd like to support the show, patreon.com/outside the cinema is the place to go. $5 or more a month would be very cool. And if you would like to suggest some movies, go for it. We'll cover it. You can email us at outsidethecinema@gmail.com or just send us a message to Patreon if you're a member. That's just as easy. We'll be back next week with more reviews. Right, Chris?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, we're done. We'll be back next week, guys. Later.
Bye.